Hey, what's up guys, Nils here and welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to talk a little bit about how you can actually quote-unquote reliably farm the best enchants that you are going to be needing for the next update and onwards. So there is actually this method is mostly applying to people that are considered pay to win, like it's gonna make your life hella easier to do this method if you own this Magic Drops Game Pass. But hear me out, even if you don't, there is still a way which you can actually do what I'm gonna show you. So, as you guys probably know, rolling enchants is a pretty difficult task. It's honestly not that easy, like with something like God being 1 in 10,000 and whatnot. Tiny is, I think, 3.48%. I actually haven't checked in a while. Let me go back and have a look right there. And just to be certain, so Tiny is actually 3.47. Okay, not 3.48, 3.47. So with this enchant has been actually so rare, it's pretty hard to reliably get good enchants, and especially rolling these enchants on a high rank is very hard. So your best bet is to actually, guys, just run around and kill stuff. It's literally as simple as that. You just put your Magic Drops Game Pass into good use, and all you have to do is just run around and kill mobs, and you will eventually try to get those enchants to drop for you. Now, I have estimated from personal experience and from what I've been told that a god drops something around 1 in 7 to 13,000 kills. I guess that's 10% on average as well, like that's 10,000 kills. So killing the mobs is pretty much on par with rolling the enchant, one would say. But yeah, that's from personal experience what I've pinpointed the drops to be. Now Tiny does drop far more often, and sniping high level of Tinies is actually not even that hard compared to getting it from the machine. Now this method is a little bit boring to do, it's very repetitive, but hear me out guys, it is the best method to actually get a good enchant. Now, I would not suggest doing it on this map. The only reason that I am personally doing it is because I am after the balloon mount, which 10 days later or so after the update has dropped, I don't have the balloon, neither have Herm's wings, the mount from the Blood Moon. So yeah, I don't know, we're pretty freaking unlucky on that. And yeah, I know that I have the swords on delete, and that's because of Blood Moon. I know that a lot of you probably noticed, but that's primarily due to the Blood Moon. That's why I have the swords on auto delete right now. But yeah, just take everything off auto delete, start killing. So I'm going to show you guys what I've actually managed to acquire so far with this method. So we have a God 2 here, not very impressive, but I'm just keeping it. You know, corruption shards in my opinion are pretty easy to farm, so update starts, might as well just throw this on a mythical sword at the beginning of the update just to not lose that much power, you know, because why the hell not? Then we have Brutal 5. This is the crown jewel passive of the damage setup. Like, you need to get one Brutal 5. Now, double Brutal 5 is not good with the current lineup with Locked Book, because you are pretty much essentially just overcapping yourself on a crit, so it's not really that good. From my experience with Locked Book, the best combination is Brutal 5 and Tiny 4. That is the best combination, or even Tiny 5. As you guys can see, I also have a Tiny 5. And this is the crown jewel of what I have got for. This was actually the first God passive that I ever got from this method. It was a God 4, super satisfied with that. Really good, looking pretty juicy here with the God 4. So we do have a God 4 and a Tiny 5 ready to go for the update, guys, as well as we have a guide Tiny 4 there, and we have another Tiny 4 and another Tiny 5. Now, I would highly suggest you guys to farm at least 4 of these before the update. So you can use 2 on your electrical edges and 2 on your not electrical edges, excuse me, whatever the secret, like the darkness secret weapon is gonna be, and then also have some for your shiver weapon as well. That's what I would suggest you guys to do. So just farm 4 of them, and you should farm 400 corrupt shards as well, which I have not done, as you guys saw earlier. I've been slacking a little bit. I honestly haven't server hopped any corruption in the past 3 days. I did that prior, and I'm honestly just buying stuff from the vendor whenever it shows up, and unfortunately we didn't get a shiver here. I just hopped into the server, I got a volcano kill, but unfortunately no shiver for us, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, like I keep saying often, so yep, that's pretty much the strategy, guys. Now, back to what I said earlier, if you don't have the Game Pass, it doesn't really... Obviously, it hurts you big time, right? Like, you're losing a lot if you do not have this Game Pass, but you can still do this method during a Shiver. When a Shiver happens, you have pretty much, like, when Shiver happens, your Magic Drops Game Pass enables for everybody. So you do drop enchants to enchanted weapons during a Shiver. Now, I know that obviously during a Shiver, what you want to be doing is you want to be farming your secret weapon, but I would suggest you guys to probably just remove the auto delete if you don't have the Game Pass. If you do have the Game Pass, just put on auto delete and just AFK it, because if you're strong enough, like me, for example, killing everything in literally one hit, it's pretty overwhelming to just constantly look out on the swords. So I would suggest to have auto delete turned on. But if you don't have magic drops, just use that Shiver opportunity to farm the weapons. And if you guys happen to actually not farm the weapon, like for example, it's Tuesday, right? Like, let's say that somebody is in the spot where I am now. You have 2 divines. Godly is probably not gonna happen because you would need 4 divines to make 1 godly, so that's probably not gonna happen. And what I would advise you guys to do is to actually invest those shivers to try and get a good enchant if you don't have the Game Pass. So what you want to do is you want to come to Mystic Mines, you want to come over here to the right side, and you see here this mushroom. This is a fake wall, so if you jump up here on the mushroom, there we go. Okay, so if you walk in here, there's a secret hatch where there's 3 mobs. Now, once these 3 mobs start moving, you can actually kill all 3 of them, just like I do right now. And if you guys have a Shiver, like, they're just gonna be spawning non-stop. So that is your best bet when it comes to farming passives, and that is what you should look to be doing. That is if you don't have, obviously, if you don't care about the weapon from the gambit. Like for example, I'm not gonna chase a gambit, so I will most likely start doing this process. I don't know, I think it's worth. Now again, if you kill the gambit boss, you do farm coins, which are pretty good, but don't stress it to try and save any coins for the update. It's completely pointless. Like, as soon as we get to the new update, pretty much as soon as we just get to the new update, it doesn't even matter. Like, you kill the first couple of mobs and this is it. Like, you have enough money after that for it. But if you guys want to be overnight opening on the volcanic egg, you kind of want to farm some gold. Like, you need something like 350 quid, so I would also understand that. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much the strategy, guys. That's what you want to be looking for to do. And it is a pretty good strategy, like going into the next update with ready enchants and hopefully ready corruption shards. If you farm a little bit, which is not that hard, yeah. I've made a video on it and it's honestly not that hard. It's more of a question of how many times will you get in a server that somebody else has been before you. But the shards do drop, and they drop plenty of shards, like on each Shiver, so on each corruption. So it's even not hard. But yeah, that is pretty much the game plan, guys. And that is what I wanted to tell you. Just stockpile on these super OP enchants, like Tiny 4s, Tiny 5s, got 3, 4, 5. So that's the best play to do it. Like, I think the whole enchants situation here should be revisited. I think a lot of these enchants need to get buffed in order to make double enchants viable to compete with like the Tines and the Gods. Like, for example, probably buff light a little bit, buff powerful by a lot, I would say, etc. And then like you can possibly like compete with like Tines, because for example, if you get like a light powerful combination, it might rival a Tiny 5 or something, which is not happening at the moment. So yeah, but you kind of get the idea. Like also, the biggest downside of this machine right here is that it's actually extremely time consuming. Like, you just have to be here and roll, and rolling takes a lot of time. One thing that could potentially solve this issue is what anime fighters wanted to do, which would be mass rolls. Like, if you have shards for 10 rolls in a row, you would just press roll. It would give you the 10 enchant rolls that you did, and you would just like choose one to go with. And again, without having to wait, because this whole animation thing is just way too slow. So yep, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Just a tip for you what to do and how to farm until the update. So yeah, that was pretty much it. As always, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you click like and subscribe button down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.